Thailand. Well, it's not been much of a holiday for the shareholders of struggling French resort operator Club Med. A takeover offer from China's Fosun Group and a private equity firm is supposed to close today, but the proposed buyout may now fail because of opposition from Italy's Bonomi family. The fight for control for Club Med has a silver lining. Its share price has soared to a 5-year high, even though the firm's profits for the last 6 months have fallen by 10%. Investor demand is being driven by success across Asia and especially in China. For more on this, let's bring in now Chris Flynn from the Pacific Asia Travel Association. He's had 30 years in the travel industry and he joins us now live from Sydney. Mr. Flynn, thank you so much for joining us. In your view, will this ongoing ownership dispute over Club Med impact its brand?
It will, but it'll impact it positively in the long term. What we're actually seeing now is a mirror effect of what occurred in Europe during the late 60s and 70s, when people started to venture out for the first time into the travel arena. And when they did so, they looked for products and opportunities that offered less risk. So with a brand like Club Med, what you're finding is that people will gravitate towards that because it's fully inclusive, and therefore it's less risk for a family wishing to travel possibly for the first time.
And Club Med is indeed looking east. They're expanding in Asia, particularly in China. They have opened a third resort there with estimates of, close to 200 million domestic travelers moving around the mainland going forward.
Well, last year there were 2.3 billion domestic trips taken in China, and the forecast for 2020 is possibly 200 million international travelers, or possibly beyond that. When you look at the size of the domestic Chinese market, and you look at the change in infrastructure with roads, with high-speed rail networks, and also with aviation, then it makes a lot of sense to start to develop the domestic tourism network, because the size of the market is huge and is only going to grow.
Chris Flynn from the Pacific Asia Travel Association, thank you so much for joining us from Sydney.